So, there are basically two types of tattoo machines out there today. First, you've got your induction tattoo machines, and then you've got your rotary machines. And ever since these things hit the scene, there's been a ton of debates and arguments all over the world and the internet about which one's better. But honestly, I think all those debates are a load of crap. Some folks prefer to work with rotary machines, but that doesn't make induction machines any worse. In fact, if you're just starting out with tattoos, many people will tell you to go with the induction machine, even though they're less comfortable to use. But let's take it step by step. I'm Alex Kutcher. Let's dive in. Induction tattoo machines. What's an induction machine made of? Induction machine basically consists of a bunch of parts, really. You've got the frame, the spring that makes the back and forth motion, the armature bar, the contact screw, and the coils. Here's how it works. When power flows into the coils, they become magnetized and pull the armature bar down, which compresses the spring. When the magnetic field disappears, the spring pushes the armature bar back, and this process repeats as long as you're pressing the pedal. It's a pretty simple and straightforward tech. There are two types of induction machines, liners and shaders. Liners are for outlines and shaders are for filling in. They look almost identical, but with experience, you'll learn to tell them apart by things like the size of the coils. Liners have smaller coils and shaders have bigger ones. These machines come pre-tuned from the manufacturer, and unless you know what you're doing, I wouldn't recommend taking them apart and retuning them. But sometimes, bolts can loosen over time from the vibration, and the machine can stop working. In that case, you should contact the manufacturer and, if possible, send the machine back for retuning. But most people don't bother with that and just figure it out themselves. What are the pros of this machine? The biggest pro of the induction machine is that it hits really hard compared to rotaries. The needle strike is sharp, kind of like a hammer hit, and not all rotaries can hit lines as well as coils can. With the induction machine, you can lay down a line or fill in an area really well in just one pass. But there are cons too, and this is just my subjective opinion since I personally use rotaries. The first con is the size. They're big. These things are huge. And the second major con is the weight. Alongside being big, they're also really heavy and they vibrate a lot, which can be tough on your hand. Plus, they're super noisy and crackly, which can be uncomfortable for you and your clients. Sometimes even headphones don't help, and by the end of the day, you just want to lock up the studio and disappear. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Also, the vibration makes them hard to hold, and like I said, if the machine isn't put together really well with proper lock nuts and mechanisms, the parts can loosen up over time and break down. When I was starting out and using induction machine, my armature bar started shifting and hitting the frame. I knew something was off, and it was not a good time. So there are lots of settings. The machines are bulky. It's all a matter of preference, really. And for everyone who's decided to dive into the art of tattooing but doesn't know where to start, I invite you to join our online tattoo school. We'll teach you everything we know. We don't offer 5-day, 15-day, or 30-day courses like other schools, and we don't have different price tiers. We have a single learning format. We'll work with you until you decide you've learned everything you need. Drop a comment or get in touch with us through any contact method listed in the video description, and either I or one of my assistants will get back to you and give you all the details. Since we're official partners with Tattoo Stars, a mobile app for tattoo artists, studios, shops, and tattoo equipment manufacturers, pretty much everyone who loves tattoos worldwide, all our graduates get a permanent premium status for their account in the app as a bonus. This will help you save a lot on advertising and grow your business faster. And for everyone watching this video, I've got a promo code that'll boost your profile to the top in Tattoo Stars for 30 days and let you join online tattoo battles for free during that time. I'll leave the promo code and links in the video description. All right, let's move on to rotary machines. There are two types of these, standard rotary and pen style. I feel like pen style machines have been pushing the standard rotary ones out of the market for a while now, and it's no wonder since pen style machines are more convenient to use. Let's take the Dragonfly rotary machine as an example. I chose it because it's a classic, the first rotary machine that really pushed the evolution of tattooing forward, giving induction machines a run for their money and creating healthy competition. There are also several types where you can use cartridges, but we'll talk about that later. The basic principle of a rotary machine is that the motor drives an eccentric that moves from point A to point B, moving the needle or pusher in the case of cartridges, and then the process repeats. What I love about rotaries is that they have minimal settings needed for proper operation. You can quickly adjust the needle stroke, change the needle's firmness if the machine has such settings, and of course, they're quieter and lighter than their coil counterparts. Another big plus is that rotary machines are less damaging to the skin. A significant advantage of rotary machines designed for cartridges is their versatility. You can change a cartridge and adjust the voltage in about 5 seconds. In this sense, they're super convenient. While with coil machines, you'd need at least two, one for lines and one for shading. Though if you compare costs, a good rotary machine can cost as much as 2 good inductions, so the price difference isn't that big. I should also mention that these days there are a few more needle drive systems, like solenoid systems and brushless motors, which are quickly gaining popularity. So what's the deal with brushless motors? They're basically like rotaries, but with a slightly different system. They're a lot more compact than regular rotaries, but their power is way higher. While rotaries put out around 6 to 7 watts, brushless motors can crank out 20-40 watts or more. Though honestly, I don't see why you'd need that much power for tattooing. You could practically cut skin like a scalpel. Eventually, every tattoo artist will probably have their own fleet of machines, with both rotaries and coils in the mix. But honestly, both rotaries and coils do their job equally well. It all comes down to your personal preference and taste. Work with whichever machine feels more comfortable to you. You'll often hear that only an induction machine can handle certain tasks, but modern pen-style rotaries do a great job too. Ultimately, it's up to you to decide what to use, and you won't go wrong with either. To wrap things up, let me give some advice to beginner tattoo artists. Don't give up, be patient, and confidently pursue your goals. You're going to make it. I believe in you.